Hello. So you might be asking yourself, why is that man wearing a shirt? For God's sake, man, why is that man wearing a shirt? Well, I think it's obvious, isn't it? It's obvious. It's because I'm testing out my new brain stimulator. Okay, so the regimen I'm going to be doing today is actually one of the ones I'm going to try for learned helplessness, which is also one of the depression ones, which is anode, left forehead, and cathode, right arm. You always need to do anode and cathode somewhere. So I could have done it on the other side of the forehead, but I decided to try this one because this one seemed to be more effective. So I've read on Reddit. And why not give it a try, right? So this is my first time ever. Bear with me. So what I did was, you got these little sponges, you know, they came, little set came like this. And you take them out and then you put them in salt water. I used my old contact solution, which I had from 12 years ago. Lucky I saved it, right? And then I soaked it, and then afterwards you have to take them and then put them back in. So you just kind of work it your way in there. Just squeeze it in. And you want the sponges to be a little moist, but not dripping wet. So the instructions say. I'll just fix them in there. It's not exactly the easiest thing, but it's not the hardest thing either. Okay. And these little knobs there, they're little metal things you slot into. So the red is the anode, is where all the energy comes out of. And this is the escape route for the energy. And I have no idea what's going to happen. It could make me be less verbal during this process, in which case it won't be very interesting to watch. But what I'll do is I'll apply it, turn it on, and then I'll give whatever notes I had, because I think it's going to be tickling and itching and all that stuff a little bit. Or if I pass out, you guys will see at least and be able to call somebody to get the corpse, because I would be dead by the time you see it. Anyway, you'll be able to see my initial response of how it's affecting me. And then after that, we will, I'll probably shut it off. I'll come back and give a review at the end. How about that, huh? Cool. Okay, so I'm going to take my glasses off because, you know, because this is how I look with my glasses off. I'm just kidding. Anyway, okay, so I will attach the red to the forehead, left forehead, which is this. It's slightly damp, and I'm going to get the product placement there, even though they're not paying me a dime or anything for this. Just so you guys see what I'm doing. Okay, so it's touching, it's all good. And now I'm going to slide this sucker up underneath here, just anywhere on the shoulder. And I'm using a headband that's been stretched out to fit around my shoulder there, because you know I work out and stuff. And then now, all that's left for me to do is to turn this little switch from off to 1, and then give it a second just to see what it feels like, and then move it up to 2. I'm going to set my time for 13 minutes, and again, if I pass out, someone call someone. That's all I'm saying, just call someone. Okay, here we go. First time ever. This is my first time ever, and I was thinking about doing the whole thing, but I'm not going to do that, because I'm an adult. Okay, here we go, and it's... okay. I switched it up to 2. And they say sometimes that you can feel like you can see a white flash. Oh yeah, and I did. And they also say you can taste metal, and I do. And they also said you could sense like there's sort of like little needle pricks, and I do. So all the things that they said will happen did happen in terms of side effects, but there are nothing major. It's like nothing to be concerned about. That's just what it is. It kind of feels like, and everyone describes it exactly like this, and I understand why now. It feels like little mosquito bites. Just kind of, oh, I should hit the timer. Oops. Start. Ooh, yeah, I can really taste the metal. So we're gonna do this for 13 minutes, and then we'll see what happens. I'm looking at myself in my camera, and I look insane. Although when the mad scientists laugh like that, it's usually because they're putting it on some unwilling victim as opposed to themselves. But I guess really that's really the evil mad scientist that laughs and then puts it on someone else. I'm more like a benevolent mad scientist. I'm just like nutty. I'm like a nutty mad scientist. That's probably more of what I am. Okay, so again, this is supposed to be for depression. and technically I should be feeling better. So let me like take a second here and just see how I feel. Just kind of like check in. That was me checking in. That was my phone. Yeah, I don't feel anything. Okay, so I will go ahead and do this for the 13 minutes. Kind of feels, I can feel the stinging on my arm as well. And then I will check back with you and tell you how it goes. Okay. Okay, just to check in, I am about 8 minutes in. No, that's not right. I'm about 7 minutes in, 6 minutes in, and I can tell you that I feel it. What I feel, I'm not sure. I almost feel kind of dizzy or lightheaded. I feel lightheaded. Is it bad? It's weird. What the hell is that? Yeah, it feels like I just feel lightheaded. Like kind of tunnel visioned. Like not tunnel vision, but like the feeling is associated when you start to tunnel vision. So if I die, if I pass out, someone call someone. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so that has been 13 minutes, the first regiment. So now I'm going to switch it off. And I'm going to set the time. Ooh, I can feel it turn off too. Wow. And I'm going to set the timer to 20 minutes to have the cool down period or the in-between period. Okay, so my impression. It didn't feel like nothing. I definitely felt something. Like it almost felt like my ears were ringing louder than normal. And I felt a little lightheaded, a little spacey. And I'll tell you now, if I were to say I felt better, I would 100% think that it's a placebo effect, because that's the way placebo effect works. You believe something's going to happen, it's going to work. But having said that, I feel like slightly better. Slightly better. Placebo effect, not placebo effect, I don't really care. I just want to feel better. Either one will do. I will take the placebo effect if that's what does it. But I don't know, it feels okay. I don't feel bad. I feel slightly different. Like I could tell something's different in my head. I don't know why that's because I just have a current electricity flowing through my head and that just makes me feel different or what. But I'll give myself 20 minutes and then I will do it again. And then after I do it that second time, I will let you know how it goes. And just so you know, in the meantime, I have 33 minutes. I'm gonna bake some cookies. So I'm gonna bake some cookies while I rest and then zap some more, and then I'll get back to you, okay? So I'll talk to you then. So that was 2 sessions of 13 minutes each, and I was, I would think that if I had like the change, if I feel different now, I feel a little different. If I felt the same thing without using this, I would not have noticed it. But the fact that I have something attached to my head and my arm, and I'm holding a cookie, makes me think that there has been a little bit of a change in terms of just attitude, mood. But again, I mean, we're talking about such small numbers here. I mean, I wasn't like feeling horrible before. Now I feel slightly better. I mean, that's something, but is it because of the cookie? Is it because of the tDCS? Or is it because of placebo effect? And again, if it's placebo effect, I'll take it. But it's hard to tell. I don't know. And I didn't expect like one session to make a huge difference. I think with this, you'd have to do it a couple of times. But that was my first experience. It wasn't a bad experience, so I'll do it again. I'll try, something different. I actually just got a contract from Lifetime TV to do like a writing project, small one. So I'll be testing it while doing that project to see whether or not it makes me better. Hopefully it doesn't shut off my writing ability, because that would be bad, like after signing this contract. Anyway, So that was my first experience with tDCS. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. I'll be doing more videos. Something more specific with the learned helplessness stuff and also all the other things. And meanwhile, I'll enjoy my cookie. See you next time. Bye. Oh, that's good. That's good.